right, so welcome back to the channel, guys. It is me, 8744. So today, guys, we'll do my quarterfinal draw for all three competitions, man. All three competitions. As you can see right here, guys, I'm literally at work. I'm in the car right now during my lunch break, and that's the reason why I chose this time, because I can do this kind of stuff for you guys. So we're gonna be live for around maybe 30 minutes. I'm gonna do this solo, like I said, guys. Just will just be for today. And yeah, like I said, guys, we're gonna go ahead and discuss, man. So for you members out there, if you're a YouTube member, we'll probably do a reaction to the draws on the member stream. So if you're a member, you can get access to that. So click that join button and get access to members videos and members streams. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So let me go ahead and just get this up. Hopefully you get some of you guys to join the chat. Darius El Patru says, hello, man. Thank you for joining, man. Thank you for joining. So Yoster says 8744 badge. Okay, let's go ahead and do this, man. So let me actually try to find online. Or actually, you know what? I think it's better I just rather than share my screen. Or actually, no, we need to share the screen because we have the brackets. So let me actually get this up. Sorry, guys. Let me get this up. We're gonna start with the conference league first. So, yeah, we're gonna start with the conference league first. So let me pull this up here. Conference league. Okay. So let me get the bracket. Where's the bracket? If I can find it. Where's the bracket? Here we go. This is from the official UEFA website. UECL. Hello. FC Barcelona fan says hello. User says UCL. Are you heading for work? No. What I'm doing for Barca is that I'm in work. It's just that we have a lunch. We're in a lunch hour right now, so that's why, I'm in my car. So, yeah. Macho says hi. Dinga says hi. Be ready to. Okay. All right, Sebastian. Okay, let's start with the conference league first. Let's just quickly get this one out of the way. Done. I'm not driving, man. I'm just literally just in my back seat. Okay, I'm not even driving. Okay, let me see if I can find. Okay, here we go. Can you guys see my screen right there? So that is the semifinals for you guys. I mean, I'm looking at the semifinals. So the quarterfinals, man. Let's start with the first one. We've got Aston Villa versus Lille. I mean, for me, that's a tricky one because I don't know what Lille. Lille is a hard team to gauge because Aston Villa is a really good team, especially at home. Aston Villa is very good at home. Their away record can be a bit shaky, but at home they're very good. So I think for Aston Villa, if they can win the home game by a big scoreline, go to France, play for a draw, they'll see them through. I think for Lille, the key for them is to not lose the first leg. If they can avoid a defeat in the first leg, that can be huge. Obviously, players still got for both teams are Ollie Watkins for Aston Villa, and then obviously got Jonathan David as well for Lille. And yeah, and the winner of that plays against Olympiacos Fenerbahce, guys. That's a crazy matchup. Olympiacos Fenerbahce. We know the home support for both teams is absolutely insane. Probably some of the best atmosphere in the world. Olympiacos, we know what the talent they have on their team. They got Yusuf Al-Rabi, Kabi, and obviously they have the Sevilla coach, Jose Luis Mendebar. And they obviously did a crazy comeback yesterday against Maccabi Tel Aviv. And then Fenerbahce, we know how good this team is, the amount of talent they have. They're second in the Turkish league, and you got like Dzeko, Tadic, Livakovic. Like, this is a good team, Fenerbahce, And yeah, I think for that side of the bracket, it looks really top heavy. Victoria Pleasant versus Fiorentina, guys. I have not really been impressed with Pleasant. Pleasant have been very underwhelming, especially in the knockout stage. And I feel like for Victoria Pleasant, man, they were very underwhelming against Servette. For me, they were lucky to be in this next round because their goalkeeper came out clutch, made a lot of saves. Fiorentina, on the other hand, have been very much bad this year. This year, they've been terrible form. They have not been in great form this year. So I could see Victoria Pleasant actually upsetting them. Fiorentina are the obviously heavy favorites. And then Club Brugge versus PAOK. Club Brugge, man, this is an amazing team. Don't underestimate PAOK, though. PAOK is a really solid team. I think this PAOK team is incredible. I mean, we saw what they did yesterday against Dynamo Zagreb. So I think for the key for Club Brugge is make sure you win the home game. Because if you're traveling away to Greece for the second leg, you need a result. It's going to be difficult. You need to make sure you win the first leg. Because if you make the first leg 0-0 or you only win 1-0, it gives every opportunity for PAOK to come back. I like these conference league matches, to be honest with you. I would say, like, if I had to rank the matches from worst to best, I would say best is Olympiacos Fenerbahce. That is definitely the best one for sure. And then I would say second best is probably Lille, Aston Villa versus Lille. The third, I would say Club Brugge versus Pawk, and the fourth for me is Victoria Pleasant versus Fiorentina. I think for me, all these matchups could be close. Fiorentina Pleasant could be one-sided, which is the reason why I kind of put that last. But the other three matchups I think could be very interesting. So let me see what you guys see in the chat. So yeah, is it legal to drive while you're working on your way? Okay, Sebastian, stop being weird. Big AD. I'll be back when you discuss the UCL draw. All right. Steve said yes, I can see it. Aston Villa is going to win against Lille. Ooh. Lille, Olympiacos, Fiorentina, and Pawk. Aston Villa easily wins this. Is Villa Lille the best game? For me, I think Olympiacos Fenerbahce is the best. Lille have some good players besides the Davids. Yeah, they got some good players. Like I think their goalkeeper's decent, and they got some like decent other players. But but yeah, for me, their main standout guy is Jonathan David. He's like the main standout guy for the team, like the most recognizable. So yeah, for me. So yeah, let me actually let people know we're live because I actually forgot to do that earlier. Okay. I'm looking at Olympiacos Fenerbahce. I'll be rooting for Fenerbahce and Tadic. Fenerbahce is going to win. I think Fenerbahce would be great if they're in UCL instead Gal and UCL instead Galatasaray. Pawk's going to win because they are so good. Romanian coach Rezave Luxu. Pawk is going to win the league now in Greece. Fenerbahce will be the happiest. Fiorentina is very lucky. Yeah, I think Darius Patru. I think you're right. I think Fiorentina should be the most happy. Yeah, I think of all the teams here, I think Fiorentina is the most happy with this draw because, like I said, Fiorentina have been awful for them. They haven't been great this year at all. So I think for them, this is a great draw for them. So, guys, hit those like, man. Get those likes, man. Let's get up to 10 likes. Minimum 10. Minimum 10 likes. So, like and subscribe, people. So, yeah. And I'll put times in the description below when I'm back in the office later. Okay. So let me go and refresh my stream. So any final thoughts of the conference league before we move on? Like I said, there's not really a whole lot to say because obviously I don't think a lot of people are really that interested, but it is still pretty interesting, For me, I originally picked Fiorentina to win this year's conference league. I believe at the beginning of the season I said. And honestly, I don't know if I'm that prediction I'm not confident for whatsoever. So I think we could have very interesting draw. I'm just hoping that we don't get an Aston Villa versus Fiorentina final because that for me is very. I hope we don't get that. It's nothing against those two clubs. It's just very predictable. I don't want to see a final that's predictable. I want to see a final that is unexpected. A final that could go either way. So yeah, I mean, it will be an interesting final. That would be an interesting final if it did happen. But I personally don't want to see it just because I feel like it would be too predictable, as I said. So yeah. And yeah, let me see what you guys saying on the chat. Okay. Final will be in Athens, Greece. That is true. The final is going to be in Greece. So I would love to see a Greek team make it. And imagine we get a Olympiacos Pawk final. That would be insane final, guys. If we could get that final, that would be insane. That would be absolutely insane if we can get that. If we can get that, guys. So, yeah, I mean, let me ask you guys in the question. Let's do a quick poll, guys. Let's do a quick poll. What's your favorite matchup? What's your favorite matchup? I'll probably do this in the community tab as well. Okay, so we got Aston Villa, Lille, Olympiacos. Pleasant versus Fiorentina and Bruges. Okay, so I put a poll out there, guys. Vote in the poll. Final will be Athens, Greece. My favorite match is 100% Olympiacos Fenerbahce. Yeah, for me, that's my favorite. That's the best one of the four. Emily Sky said Leo will lose, sadly. Yeah, personally for me, I personally would like to see Leo win it. It would be awesome for them. I would love to see a Leo versus Fiorentina final. But the likelihood of that happening, I don't know if that's likely to happen, to be fair. All right, so we got 5 votes in, and wow, this is pretty clear. We got a pretty unanimous. It's most of you guys are going Olympiacos Fenerbahce. It is definitely the best matchup of the round, I would say. So, all right, I think we're gonna go ahead and move on to the Europa League. Let's go ahead and move on to the Europa League now, guys. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and discuss about the Europa League. All right. So Europa League. Let me get the draw out for the Europa League. Europa League. Okay, let me see if I can find the semifinal thing. Okay, there's actually a bracket. We did the bracket thing, but let me see if I find a draw. All right, here we go. Open image, new tab. Okay. Next UEL, yes. All right. Europa League. Okay. So for the Europa League, guys, we got here Benfica versus Marseille. And let me end the poll, guys. Let me end the poll because it's obvious. Okay, and then I'll do a new poll, actually. Let me do a new poll. So we got Benfica versus Marseille. Liverpool, Atalanta. Oh, great. It's about to rain. Well, I guess it's good I came back in the car because I'm going to probably need the umbrella and jacket. Okay. Anyways, Liverpool, Atalanta. Then we got Leverkusen, West Ham. And last one we have here, it is Roma. I think it's Milan, Roma. Okay. So let's discuss, man. Let's start with the first match we got here is Benfica versus Marseille. This is a very interesting matchup because both these teams have been very, very much disappointing for their own standards, and they haven't really performed as well as we expect them to. Benfica, they made the Champions League quarterfinals last 2 seasons in a row, and now they're in the Europa League, and they were very disappointing in the Europa League, guys. Very disappointing in the Champions League. They dropped down to Europa League, and yeah. As for Marseille, they've been terrible. Terrible this season in the Ligue 1. I believe they're like 7th right now in the table. They have improved things, and for a while they were winless. They haven't won a game in a while. They finally did pick up some good form with their new coach, the Ivory Coast coach, and now Marseille looks good. I think the interesting thing with this matchup is who's going to be clutch for their teams, Aubameyang or Di Maria, because those are like the two standout guys, the two standout players for the respective teams. Because those, I feel like one of them two is going to show up. And whichever one of the two is going to show up will probably make probably advance for the respective team. And for Benfica, man, this is a great opportunity because both of these teams have been very underperforming. They haven't performed as well. And this is a great opportunity for both teams. Great opportunity. As for Liverpool, Atalanta, man, Liverpool is like in incredible form. Liverpool could potentially go for the quad this season, guys. They already won the Carabao Cup. They could potentially win the FA Cup. And now they have a great path to the final. Like, let's be real. Like, Liverpool is the best team in that side of the bracket. You could probably make an argument for. And the fact that Liverpool can make the Europa League final, then go on to maybe win the Premier League, it would be amazing, man. It would be amazing for Liverpool. And yeah, they've just been amazing. Atalanta, they have been in good form. I think Atalanta is picking things up after a terrible last season. Well, actually, last 2 seasons, I think. Now they have picked things up. They're now more of a pragmatic team. And they're actually they're not as attack-minded as they used to be. They're actually more pragmatic, more disciplined now. And I think Gasperini's done a great job with the team. So I think Atalanta is a team to look out for. And that even though Liverpool are the massive favorites, I think Atalanta at home can give Liverpool a scare. Like, I think the key for Atalanta is to escape. If they can escape Anfield with a draw or a 1-0 loss, then it's good for them a second leg. But they have to ensure they don't lose the first leg badly. Because if they lose the first leg badly, this tie is done. Because I can't see Atalanta, even though they're at home the second leg, I think Liverpool is really good at Anfield. We know how good Liverpool is at Anfield. Milan, Roma. That's a great matchup. That's a huge matchup. Obviously, both these teams are familiar with each other. Milan last season in the Champions League played against Napoli in the quarterfinal phase, and we know they triumphed over Napoli. And this is going to be very interesting, guys. This is going to be very interesting because obviously Milan this season they haven't been performing well in the league as they should be, and now I think they're putting all their eggs in the Europa League basket. I think Pioli is going to be focusing on the Europa League more than the Serie A. And as for Roma, we know how good Roma is in cup competitions. They made it to the final last season, lost out to eventual winners to Sevilla. So De Rossi, man, can he galvanize Roma and win this trophy? Because if he can do that, oh man, Mourinho's legacy is going to be looking very sketchy. It's going to be very bad for Mourinho. So for Danny De Rossi, man, can he actually propel Roma to win um, the Europa League? Man, that would be interesting if he can do so. And yeah, so yeah, I think Roma for me. I think the key for because the second leg is at home, and Roma's generally pretty good at home. I think the key for Roma is to make sure they don't lose the first leg because if Milan wins the first leg, it's gonna be very difficult. Because it's gonna be very interesting. And then the final matchup is Leverkusen West Ham. Leverkusen, man, they have been in amazing form. Still unbeaten and across all competitions. This team Xabi Alonso is building is amazing. And I really like this team. You got Patrick Schick. You got Grimaldo, Frimpong. This team is stacked. Although recently they have been struggling. They've been struggling to get over the line. They struggled to beat Quarterback. They had to come from 2-0 down against Quarterback to make it 2-2 in the first leg, and then obviously to win the second leg. So, yeah, I think for Leverkusen, I think Leverkusen have to make sure they win in Germany because West Ham at home is unbelievable. And I think West Ham is actually being I think West Ham is underrated. I think West Ham could just cause problems for Leverkusen because obviously Leverkusen are heavy favorites, but you can't write off West Ham because West Ham have some ballers like Antonio, Kudos, Edson Alvarez. This West Ham team is unbelievable. Like this West Ham team have a lot of talented players. And I think West Ham could knock out Leverkusen because remember, guys, in the quarterfinals, there's going to be one upset. There is going to be one upset. All the quarterfinals won't go as we expect. Expect to see an upset. And if Leverkusen gets knocked out of the Europa League, that would be a big upset. That would be a huge win for West Ham because West Ham and European competitions, especially at home, are something special. West Ham is really good in European football. So for this one, man, this Europa League draw is amazing. I think we got some great matchups here, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this one. My only criticism with the draw is that I think Liverpool got a bit too easy with their path, but I mean, even if you put them on the other side, Liverpool probably still make the final because they're just that good of a team. But yeah, for Liverpool, man, I think what's more interesting now is because I think most of us are in agreement that Liverpool is obviously the best team in that side of the bracket, but the other side of the bracket, that's a tough one. That could be any of the four teams. Like any of those four teams can make the final. So yeah, man, I think it's gonna be interesting, man. So let me see what you guys saying in the chat. And obviously vote in the poll, guys. Vote in the poll. And actually, let me do my favorite matchup to worst. My favorite matchup for me is Benfica Marseille. I believe I actually said that in my dream draw. You guys saw my dream draw video. I believe I said that, so I got that correct. And then second, I believe I'm gonna say Milan Roma. Third, I'm gonna say Leverkusen West Ham, and fourth for me, Atalanta Liverpool. And guys, my pick to win the Europa League, I picked at the beginning of this year, I picked Milan. I think Milan is going to win this year's Europa League. That was my pick, and I'm still sticking with them to do it. So let me read some of you guys' comments. Where are we? Next UEL, yes. Okay. Benfica will beat Marseille, Emily Sky says. I got right for Atalanta Liverpool. Liverpool W. Sebastian says, Forza Milan. These all Europa matches are fire. We're going to win the UEL. I said along. I can't pick one. All the games are great. Europa League is the new Champions League. Actually, guys, I think I like the Europa League draw more than Champions League. I'll get to the Champions League draw and express my criticisms. But the Europa League draw, I think it's the best of the three competitions, in my opinion. I'll be rooting for our boy Aubameyang. He's scoring a lot. Di Maria as a clown. Mass Channel says Benfica coach is stubborn and can't bench players are underperforming. Lol. Marseille is gonna win. Darius Apatru says. Poi says yo. Sebastian said Di Maria overrated. Ooh. Good thing we don't have that guy here in the chat because he would be mad at your opinions. Darius Apatru says Liverpool is gonna win. Szoboszlai have a really good frame, a good form. Roma versus Milan's like Italian derby. Is it an Italian derby? I'm not sure if it is, but I know the two teams are obviously Italian. The match also said Liverpool with a nice route to the final. I can't defend Di Maria. I too dislike him as a player. The all Italian ties look good. Bayer Leverkusen are my pick to win, but West Ham playing at home in Europe is another level. Milan's probably maybe going to win, but it's going to be close. I want Milan out. I'm rooting for Obama. So Roma out, Liverpool out, and West Ham out. Yeah, I would love to see like FC Barca fan channel. I would love to see Marseille win this. That would be amazing. From a neutral point of view, I really want to see Marseille or Benfica. That would be my preferred choice would be Benfica. Benfica's the one I want most. Then I'd say second Marseille. Then third West Ham, I'd probably say. Or actually, you know what? I forgot about Atalanta. You know what? I would say Atalanta second, then Marseille third. Like in my order of preference that I want to see win it. I should have probably done that earlier for the Conference League. But yeah. For me, yeah, Benfica's the team I want the most. But yeah, Marseille for me, second or third. Liverpool's going to win. They're so unbeaten now. Hello. Ichiguro says. This tournament I was rooting for Brighton, Ajax, and Feyenoord, but all were underwhelming this competition. Ichiguro says Osmoon overhit cake ruled out. Osman overhead kick ruled out. Joseph Butcher said, my favorite match is Bayer Leverkusen versus West Ham. That's a good matchup. Joseph Butcher says, my pick to win is Liverpool. FC Barca fan channel says, Alba will trash Benfica. I pray to all the football lords like Lingard, Phil Jones. In May, Sebastian also said, bro, Liverpool is winning 4 trophies next this season. Di Maria has been underrated in his career, but right now, maybe yes. Man, I never said that in my life. Stop it. Clip, yes, you say it. Okay. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move on. So, yeah, I mean, let's go ahead and see what you guys say in the chat, man. Let's go ahead and see what you guys say in chat. So, most of you guys have voted, and most of you guys have picked Milan-Roma as your best matchup. That's the best matchup. Okay. That's understandable. That's a good matchup. So, yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the Champions League, guys. Let's go ahead and move on to the Champions League. And this will be the final segment for today, guys. So, yep, it's raining. Yeah, guys, you might hear a lot of background noise because of the rain. So let me pull up the Champions League. Where's the draw thing for the Champions League? All right, here we go. Okay. It's time for the Champions League. All right, so Champions League, guys. So you can see on my screen right here, guys, this is a Champions League. Yeah, this, yeah, there's going to be a lot of rain, guys. So excuse the background noise because I can't control that. I can't control the rain, guys. So, anyways, let me do something real quick, guys. All right. Anyways, as I was saying, so let's start with the first match that we got here. It is, I don't really like how the draw is. I don't really like how they did the draw thing here, but whatever. Let's just start. Let's start with Atletico Madrid versus Dortmund. That's a good matchup. That's a good matchup because both these teams are actually really difficult to beat at home, and I think Dortmund is a team that's people underestimated. I think people need to respect Dortmund because this is a team that, while they may not be as good as the other Champions League teams, this is a team that has made it very far in this competition. You know, they were in a group of death with with Newcastle, PSG, and Milan, and still topped the group over all three of those teams. And then the round of 16, they defeated PSV. They're on top of the Eredivisie. They're undefeated. Dortmund's looking good, guys. And we just saw how Sancho balled against PSV. So I think for Dortmund, the thing for them is to make sure they don't lose badly the first leg. Because the first leg is at the Wanda, right? And we know how good Atletico Madrid is at the Wanda. And I have to give credit. I think Dortmund, compared to previous seasons, defensively they have improved. Defensively, Dortmund have improved significantly compared to the previous seasons. So I think Dortmund is a team to look out for. It's a difficult one to call, guys. It's really difficult to call for this game because this game could go either way. I don't think there's a clear favorite. I think most people, if I had to make a guess, I think most people will pick Atletico Madrid just because it is Atletico Madrid after all. Uh, but at the same time, though, Dortmund have heritage, and both these teams. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, in the chat. Um, correct me in the chat below, guys. Both these teams haven't made the semis in a long time. Both these teams haven't made the semis last time. I believe Dortmund made this. When was the last time Dortmund made the semifinals, guys? When was the last time Dortmund made the semifinals? Let me know in the chat because I don't know at the top of my head. I think Atletico Madrid was 2018. I think Atletico Madrid was 2018, if I remember correctly. That was a season when Real Madrid won they did back-to-back, and I think they defeated Juventus 4-1 in the final. So, yeah, I think that was the last time. Okay, now moving on, we have PSG Barca. Guys, as a Barca fan, I don't know how to feel about this one because at one hand, I think this is a good matchup, but another hand, I also think it's a bad matchup because for me, what worries me most about this matchup is really killing Mbappe. He's really the big talisman for PSG because honestly, I think he's just, I just think he's just that big difference maker. So I feel like for Barca, if we can nullify Mbappe, then it's interesting. It's interesting. But if we don't nullify Mbappe, that's also it's going to be difficult. And also, there's a lot of narratives. You have the what is it called? The Enrique versus what is it called? Xavi narrative. Both of them former Barca players, right? That's going to be interesting. Then obviously you have the recent matchups. The last time we played against PSG was obviously 2021, in which I think we got destroyed by Mbappe. He scored a hat trick at the Camp Nou. Then at the second leg, we should have scored more goals, and yeah, we unfortunately didn't. So this matchup is really interesting to call, and that this one is tough to say, man. But remember, guys, the first leg is in Paris. But I think for Barca, the key thing for them is to make sure that is De Jong and Pedri going to be back for this game? Because I feel like if De Jong and Pedri aren't back, it's going to be very difficult for Barca because we need our midfielders. Because we can't go in the PSG game with Romeo and Christensen as our midfield. Like that's going to be PSG is going to destroy that, expose that. We know PSG is going to probably play in the counterattack against a Barca. Barca will probably end up with more possession. And I think PSG is going to be close, guys. I don't think this is going to be one-sided. I think this could go either way. At this moment, which team is the favorites? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's hard to say because this one could go either way, man. This one can go either way. And then finally, we have moving on to Arsenal versus Bayern Munich. Guys, is this the year Arsenal gets revenge? Because I do think Arsenal can get at Bayern because Bayern this season haven't been that great. But remember, guys, Bayern have the second leg at the Allianz Arena. That is huge. And we know how good Bayern is at the Allianz Arena. As well as the fact that Arsenal's a team that is really reliant on playing space. And we know Bayern's giving them a lot of space because Arsenal is the type of team to excel against those kind of teams. When you give Arsenal space, they're a very, very good team. But when you don't give them space, they're very, very frustrating. And I think that's the key thing is that how is Bayern, because Bayern's going to probably play, the Bayern's going to probably take the game to Arsenal, And I think for Tuchel, what makes this interesting for Arsenal is because the thing with Arsenal is that they're really reliant on their individual players. And I think this team is, because the thing is with Tuchel is that he's not very good tactically speaking. We just saw in the previous games in the Champions League, he's just had the better team, which is the reason why. Because I do think Arteta can outcoach Tuchel. But the difference is that Tuchel has superior players. Like, I think Harry Kane is way better than Gabriel Jesus and Trossard. And there's also the Harry Kane narrative. Because Harry Kane is really good against Arsenal. I think he scored like 15 goals against Arsenal. For being a former Spurs player, he's going to have a lot to prove, And then obviously, yeah, so this is going to be interesting, guys. It's going to be interesting for Bayern and for this one. And, yeah, because I would say the Bayern players are probably individually better than Arsenal players. But I think for Arsenal, they might be better as a team, if that makes any sense. Like, Arsenal might play better as a team, but Bayern might have the better players. So that's going to be interesting. And then finally, we got the last one is Real Madrid, Man City. Guys, for me, I think for Real Madrid, this is a difficult matchup. I think this is the worst matchup Real Madrid could have gotten in the Champions League, and because we know how good Manchester City is, Manchester City is very very good against Real Madrid. Like I think Real Madrid actually plays in the hands of Manchester City. I think that's actually a great matchup for them. And yeah, I just think for Real Madrid, the key for them is that they have to make sure they win the first leg at home because the second leg is the Etihad, and we know how good Man City is at Etihad. Although to be fair, Man City haven't really been that great this season in the Premier League for their standards. They've only beaten one top 6 team this season. So I think for Man City, I think this is a nightmare matchup for Real Madrid. And I saw like the thing this online that a lot of Real Madrid players could be suspended for the second leg if they get booked in the first leg. So yeah, Real Madrid it's a terrible matchup for them. It's a really bad matchup for them. We know how Man City that's the type of matchup where Man City's going to excel. This is the type of matchup Man City's going to excel because Man City is really good against teams that give them a lot of space, and Real Madrid is going to give them space. Real Madrid is going to give them space. So let me go ahead and give you guys my best to worst matchup. Best for me is Dortmund Atleti. I think that's the best matchup. I would then say second is between. It's really tough between Arsenal Bayern or PSG Barca. I'm going to say Arsenal Bayern as second, and then third PSG Barca, and then fourth Real Madrid Man City. I just think Real Madrid Man City is the worst matchup of the four because I just feel like Manchester City is just way too good against Real Madrid. You know, and but there's this thing, guys. I don't know if you guys know this. Real Madrid haven't been knocked out for the quarterfinals for a very long time. Whenever they go out of the Champions League, guys, is either round of 16 or semifinals. You know. And yeah, like I said, I'm not really a huge fan of this matchup because we've seen it so often in the previous years. So yeah, for me, essentially, and the reason why I'm not really a huge fan of the Champions League draw is because we have seen all 4 of these matchups quite recently, I believe. Actually, Arsenal Bayern we haven't seen in a while, but the other 3 matches we've seen in recent years. So that's the reason why I'm not really a huge fan. And that's why I'm not really a huge fan of the Champions League draw. But yeah, I mean that's just my opinion, guys. I just think Real Madrid Man City is a really bad matchup for Real Madrid, and it's a good matchup for Manchester City. But yeah, let's go ahead and do a poll, guys. For this, and then we're gonna go ahead and head out. So favorite match. Okay. Atleti Dortmund. And what's the last one we got? Arsenal Bayern. All right. Let's go read some of you guys' comments. Where are we? Next, UCL. Ali Paris. UCL's coming home. There's a link there. Dang, UCL yellow card. 10-2. I hope the Barca goes further in this competition, but I don't have much faith in the squad and the coach. Time to smash Barca dogs. The draw is so weird. I said PSG to make the final, and I win. I might be right. For me, I hope Dortmund wins this for obvious reasons in the semifinals. Simeone respects every opponent. Barca Arsenal final. Atletico Madrid, Barca, Manchester City, and Bayern. Okay, that's a fair predictions. Fair predictions. Hummels. FC Barca fan. I mean, you ain't making the semi, so it's easy to make the final for PSG. Hey, I mean, anything can happen, Sebastian. I think Dortmund PSG semi. Okay. I got right for Barcelona versus PSG. Sebastian, I'm hoping Barca to go against BBB so we can at least try to go in the finals, but it's just wishful thinking. I think Dortmund last made it to semifinals 2013 when the finals at Wembley. Yeah, it's raining hard. It's raining badly, guys. So I'm gonna need to get in my. I guess I was gonna come back to the car because I'm gonna have to leave soon. Do you guys hear the background noise, by the way? Barcelona might get revenge of 2021. Dembele to dunk on Barca. I'm confident Atletico Madrid get into the final. Poise says, reckon you beat PSG. I don't know, man. We'll see, man. We'll see. I hope we do. But I'm not sure we will. I'm so confident PSG making the final. Poise up hating PSG. PSG Madrid final. Mbappe hat trick. Dude, if that happens, that would be so crazy. That would be so crazy, man. Will Mr. Pedri be back for before the first leg? I would love to see Atletico Madrid going to the getting the win. Oblak's such a good goalkeeper. PSG Barca. I'll say good contest. PSG is going to end this leg in Paris 4-0 win. Hey Sebastian, I don't know if you remember the last time PSG won at Paris 4-0. We know what happened the second leg. So you probably don't want. Are you sure you want to win 4-0 the first leg? I'm just saying. So, yeah. This season, Mr. Pedri is playing the role of Mr. Dembele. This Barca squad of being injured before important game. For me, Lopez is underrated. For me, needs to play a lot to improve. He has potential. I just don't see where Barca is going to score. There's no way we're keeping it. Sebastian, I'm very confident that PSG won't keep clean sheets both games. There is no way PSG is keeping clean sheets both games. Arsenal can beat this by under Tuchel football. No, Arsenal ain't doing nothing. Stop doing a Michael and hype Arsenal. They ain't that good. Oh, come on, man. They're a good team. And I'm not overhyping them. I'm just saying that Arsenal can beat this Bayern. Is there anything wrong with me saying that? Dembele. I think Arsenal and Bayern Munich will beat each other at home, so probably Bayern extra time. Bayern's going to win football. Bayern don't have the players to play low block. If Kane loses, then the curse is real. Sock over CR7. HQR, really? I'll be rooting for Mr. Arteta and his light ball motivation this time. HQR. Arsenal versus Bayern is a tough game. Saliba versus Kane will be the best player match with this tie. Okay, they ain't good. Oh, come on. That's cap. They're good. Manchester versus Real Madrid. Oh, my gosh. Manchester will smoke Real Madrid badly. It's going to be like 6-1 aggregate. Now, I don't think Manchester City will destroy them like they did last time, but I do think Manchester City will beat Real Madrid comfortably, I think. But yeah, sure, what the heck? I'm just making fun of people who say that. Real Madrid, Man City will be hard and would prefer as the final, but whoever wins will this be the semifinal. Real Madrid should be humiliated. So badly. They'll hide their games for a few days. Real Madrid versus Man City is repetitive. My favorite match is Barca versus PSG. Barca is going to get humiliated so bad. We might see 8-2. No, we won't. Magic called the two favorites competition worst matchup. No, here's the thing, Matt. Here's the thing. I just think that Matt's is just going to be. I just think it's one. I just think Manchester City. I just think it's a really bad matchup for Real Madrid. Now, I will say this though: if this was a final, I think it'd be a great matchup. I think a final will be close, but over two legs, I just think Manchester City have too much. They have way too much for Real Madrid. But who knows? I might be wrong. This match might be a lot closer than I think. But I just think that for me, I just feel like it's really uneven. I just think the other matchups are more balanced. This one to me is not balanced at all. But yeah, Barca 6-1 was Enrique was coaching Barca. Now he's coaching PSG. I'm a big fan of City versus Real Madrid matches. I'd love to see this coming over UCL. PSG 6-1 Barca. Me too. I also thought it was underwhelming, but Michael said it was perfect. It feels like a very base draw. Sebastian is barking his PSG opinions. Lola, Sebastian, a PSG fan or Madrid fan? He's a PSG fan. Barca and Bernard and Lisa Pizzi's coming at home. I mean, we'll see. Okay. Hello, this Sebastian fellow is a PSG fan. Why is he blank for Madrid? He started liking PSG because he's friends with PSG. I hate Barca, both Madrid and Barca. Well, okay, these days. I don't hear noise. Don't hear background noise. I heard it's raining in New York. Well, North Carolina, while the weather's nice in New Jersey. I don't hear it. I supported PSG since a long time, just to keep it a secret because I know the hate that will come. I can hear the tears on PSG when they too. Okay, little Sebastian. These days, physical health, Hazard, mental health, Ronaldo, financial decision, Barca, luck, Cade, still life goes on low. Only thing I hear right now is Manchester City fans enjoying the destruction of Real Madrid. PSG is a better and different team this time under Enrique. PSG already got revenge on PSG, so this is a fresh start. No, I think Barca will score, but who will score is a problem. I'm thinking Atletico Madrid versus Man City, or maybe Real Madrid in the final. I have a feeling that we might see Arsenal PSG, and that'd be very bad. Very bad for football. Lol, Barca have destroyed PSG fans, psychological, mental fans after the 6-1. They want to beat us 8-2 badly. They've been regendered. Okay, well, hold up, FC Barca fans now. Hold up. But yeah, anyways, I think we're gonna round off here, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy this stream. Like I said, guys, this will be a short reaction. I actually made this around 40 minutes when I was supposed to make 30 minutes, but I guess you guys showed up your numbers, and that's why I made the stream longer. So let me see where you guys. Let's go ahead and the poll. And so most of you guys were picking Real Madrid, Man City as your favorite matchup. I'm pretty surprised. I'm pretty surprised. Most of you guys picked that. I thought you guys would have picked it. I thought you guys would have picked like. I'm surprised no one picked Athletic Dortmund or PSG Barca. I'm surprised no one picked. That wasn't the most popular pick. But yeah, like I said, I'll be doing predictions videos when the time gets closer for the draw. And yeah, my Champions League winner prediction, I originally predicted Man City, and I think that's gonna be it. So yeah, well, I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see what happens, man. So I hope you guys did enjoy this stream. And like I said, guys, so if you are a YouTube member, click that join button to get access to member streams. And yeah, later tonight, guys, we'll be doing a member stream, and we'll be hearing our thoughts from our members in regards to the draw for the Champions League, Europa League, and Conference League, guys. Conference League. And we got some good matchups, man. Good matchups. So if I had to rank overall at the end which competition draw I like the most, I like the Europa League the most, the Conference League, then the Champions League. So yeah. It's going to be interesting, guys. It's going to be interesting. Oh, I'm about to end, man. I'm about to end. Let me just read some of your guys' final comments. We're going to head out. Actually, let's do another poll. Final poll, guys. Final poll. This will be the final poll, guys. Actually, I'm not going to do another poll. I think I'm running out of time. So let's just round off here. Barca versus Money Saint-Germain. Barcelona versus Money Saint-Germain. Atletico Madrid versus PSG semifinal reckon. Atletico Madrid versus Dortmund is the most straightforward tie. I'm not so sure about that, Matt. I'm not so sure, but I respect your opinion. FC Barca fan says Barca versus human rights violations Saint-Germain. And Z Camp says Pauk. Yeah, Pauk, man. So yeah, I'll be putting time in the description below for those that are watching on the replay. And for those that missed it. So please remember to hit the like button while you're on your way out. So how many likes we got up to? We got up to 10 likes, guys. That's great. I was going to do another poll, but I think we're running out of time. So I think I'm just going to round off here. So yeah, I'm going to see you guys later. And Sunday we'll try to do the Barca match reaction on Sunday. So I'll see you guys then for that, guys. And later tonight, obviously, we'll do our member stream. So yeah. Works out being broke. And so, final question for Sebastian Hideout. Do you want to Pauk Olympiacos final? Yeah, that would be amazing, man. That would be amazing. Okay, guys, let's just round up, man. Let's round up, man. Peace, peace, peace.